Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, and my name is Famous. And today I'm going to be talking about 5 things you need to do as a new student here, as a new international student here in the Philippines. So now, let's say you're now here in the Philippines. So welcome. So for number one thing, immediately you get to the country, what I would advise you to do is, of course, you get a place to stay. Getting a place to stay, that means you should have at least a contact here. So you have to get a place to stay. Um, After that, what you do is you go straight to your school. Now, I would advise you not to spend too long settling. And doing nothing in the country. So because once you get into this country, they give you 1 month to stay. It's actually 1 month visa, 1 month visa. Assuming you normally in Nigeria they give you a 3 month visa. So within that 3 months means you have 3 months to plan and come over here. So let's say you get into the country 1 week before your visa expire. Immediately you get in, they're still going to give you that 30 days to be here. So what I advise you, you come here, you have a place to stay, at least somewhere to stay. Then I would advise you, number one thing you need to do is go straight to your school. So once you go straight to your school, you go with your admission letter, your international passport. You have to go admission letter and international passport and all your credentials. You have to go to your school with that. Then that's the number one thing you need to do. Then once you go there, you drop everything there, then they will tell you, okay, we need this document, we need that. So but number one thing, try as much as possible, as soon as possible, to get to your school. Then number two thing you need to do immediately is to do your quarantine. Immediately you get here, you need to do your quarantine. And what is quarantine? Quarantine just to check your bill of health, to check how healthy you are, so that if you're healthy enough to study, so you don't you just want to be make sure that you don't have any infectious disease and all that. So the quarantine just like a test. So that's the number two thing you need to do your quarantine test. Then number three, after doing your quarantine test, then of course you have the test result now, and it will be stamped in your passport. My passport is not here, it's actually at the immigration. I would have showed you, maybe subsequent video I will show my passport to show how the those things look like. So now that you have it, now you go to foreign affairs department in your school. There must be foreign affairs unit. So that's the number three thing you need to do. You go straight to your foreign affairs department. Try to do these things yourself, especially as a student, because you're going to be here for quite a while. So you don't want someone to go do these things for you. So number three thing you need to do is go straight to your foreign affairs unit. So from your foreign affairs unit, they will be telling you what you need, what they will need from you to extend your visa. Most time again, they will need your international passport, then passport photograph, then the quarantine document, then some other minor document. Then at that FSU you will need to make a payment. Now they're going to tell you how much it will take to do to extend your visa. Now for most new students, the first time is actually more expensive than the subsequent extension. Like me, for the first time I did mine for 35,000 pesos. That was what I did mine. Then of course they are still going to do your child endorsement. That's about I think I spent 5,000 pesos, which was everything I spent when I came in. My first year was around 40,000 pesos. But subsequently, during my other extension, like this last one I just did, I spent just 26,000 pesos. So number three thing I said you need to do is take your passport to your FSU, so that they will tell you how much you need to pay for your extension. Now, this extension, it depends on the school. It depends on the school. Like my school is one of the most expensive when it comes to visa extension. It's one of the most expensive in this country. There are some other schools like Lyceum Ordinator, that is like 17,000 pesos. There are some other schools that are cheaper. Even most of my school, the cost of my extension is actually more expensive than a lot of schools in Manila. So that's just for my school. So once you get your visa extended, you give them the money and all that. That's then very good. The number 14 you need to do is enroll. You need to enroll. Number one, you need to visit the school. Then number two, do quarantine. Number four, pay for your visa extension. Number 14 you need to do is to enroll. Now, you need to enroll immediately. So of course you're already in the school, so most schools cost of enrolling is just like 1,000 pesos. So you give them 1,000 pesos to enroll, then they're going to give you the breakdown of your tuition. So, and for tuition you can pay instrumentally. So once you pay, they will pay, you can start paying instrumentally. Then once you get that, you get all your credentials signed by the registry, your dean, and every other department that need to sign it. Then you're officially a student. So once you enroll, then I would suggest you start classes immediately. Then once you start your class, then another thing I want students not to forget is you need to do, there's something called NBI. You need to do NBI and annual report. So that's number 5 and number 6. Your NBI, you need to do your NBI, and you need to do your annual report. Now, depend on the school, the location of your school. So of course, like my school here, there is an immigration just walkable, just trackable to me, and the NBI office is just walkable. So that's why even as a student here in the Philippines, it's good for you to stay. Don't stay too far from the school. Stay within the school location, at least where you know there's other foreign students there also. So you could also get information from them also. So that's so those are the 6 things as a foreign student you need to do immediately you get to this country. Now, why do you need to do that? Now, most time there are some student that comes here, they'll say, okay, I don't have money for extension and I just want to stay. Before you know it, you're already in this country without extending your visa. I immediately begin to violate their laws. Now you're already entering their bad book. And once you take your passport to extend, now you can even be blacklisted. Or what they will do, they can even downgrade you. And once you've been downgraded, they will tell you you have to leave the country and get a visa and come back. Now, downgrading means get the hell out of our country. You don't respect our rules, so you need to get the hell out of this country, then return back to this. You have to return back. To me, that's what downgrading is. So I wouldn't advise any student to get into that extent of being downgraded. Now, for those students that have already done these 6 things I talk about, another thing you need to make sure that another area you need to make sure you don't default is one, attendance. You need to make sure at least your attendance it's above average, at least 80 to 90% attendance. You need to make sure your attendance is okay, and try as much as possible not to have any incomplete or failed subjects. Now, there is a whole lot of reason why so many international students why they are being stuck in a country is because of these little things. You know, failed grades, non-compliance of school rules and regulation, failing to do things when you're supposed to do. So these things are these are the things a new student need to be aware of. Once you get into this country, Philippines, you need to be aware that it's all about spending money. So you need to maximize how much you have and minimize your spending, because immediately you get into this country till you leave, it's all about spending. Even when you're leaving this country, I want others to know that there's something they call exit fee. During when I was going back home for holiday, I think it was around 2,200 pesos. No, I also want to let some students know that you still have to pay exit fee. So these are the things you should be aware of so that you're not taken unaware. Yeah, so these are the few things I just felt I should share this information with new students coming to the Philippines, and I hope it could be helpful to one or two persons out there. So subsequently, I'll be doing a lot of video in respect to this direction about surviving in the Philippines, staying afloat in the Philippines, and all that, and life as a student in the Philippines. So I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you do, you like, you subscribe, and you leave me a comment. It's all right. Bye.